Hello property people, I'm currently just leaving the Lossiemouth area and heading towards Findhorn. It's one of the prettiest parts of the Moray coast in my opinion. So to our right there's the golf course, to our left RAF Lossiemouth. As a boy I remember the Shackletons flying, which are the twin-engined. Always thought it sounded like an RAF kind of World War II bomber going overhead when I was a boy. But we've had Buccaneers there, and they've Tornadoes I believe as well. So to our right's the Silver Sands holiday park, cracking beaches there, and the Kensington Lighthouse, which I've been to the top of it at some point in the past. Yeah, Murray's known as whisky country, but it's also well known for its lovely sort of beaches, really, cracking walks. So we've got Lossiemouth, which is left. We're about to get to Hopeman and then Burghead, as the locals call it, Hopeman and Burghead. So it's a very fertile area here. And a long time ago there was a canal made from Lossiemouth into Elgin, so to get the goods transported when they arrived in Lossiemouth at the harbour. Canal boats would take the goods into Elgin. So I think Elgin really was a kind of market town originally. Yeah, very fertile area here. Yeah, my colleague Scott, he's generally speaking in Moray, actually lives in Lossiemouth, but he's on holiday today, so I had a couple of things to do through in Moray, at least of which was taking a video of a cracking cottage that you'll see in the channel later on. I thought I'd take the opportunity to just switch the camera on and see what we can see. So I was filming this over the Easter weekend. To our left, not far away, is Gordon's School, where Prince, now King Charles, went and apparently didn't enjoy. It's a story that one of my friends told me years ago. The late David Bowie, one of his children, was at Gordon's School, and my mate bumped into David Bowie in the chip shop in Burghead. He was up visiting his, I think it was his son, from memory. I'm sure a lot of the rich and famous of the children at Gordon's. Being brought up in Elgin, I remember when I played rugby, we had a rugby match against the Gordonston boys once. Can't remember the score, it was good fun though. Sign there, it says Elgin, 6 miles. Duff is 1 mile. Duff has got a cracking derelict old castle that is well worth a visit. It's a good place to go. Got another golf course here, Hopeman Golf Course. I think it's quite a famous one. So it's just before midday and we're sitting at 10 degrees Celsius. So here's Hopeman. in America, New Zealand, Australia, Canada as well. Got quite a few people in Canada make comments on the videos. So if you're local, this will not mean much to you, but if you're out with the area, hopefully you'll enjoy what we're seeing here. There's the camper vans. They always start about 10 in the day once they've had their breakfast off their next adventure. So, cracking beach down there. There's a busy harbour as well. Lossiemouth, when I was a boy growing up in Moray, Lossiemouth harbour was just full of fishing vessels. And as time has gone on and fishing's diminished, it's now full of leisure vessels. Houses been built since last time I was here. This wee village is called Cummingston. Straight line really, cracking views to the sea. But there's really tall masts up there, which I think from memory was something to do with the BBC transmitting analogue BBC 1, 2, ITV when I was younger. I'm not even sure if they're still used. They're still there, so I presume they're still used. Harbour here. So we've got RAF Lossiemouth, and Kinloss had its own RAF station as well. It had the Nimrods, the early warning aircraft. They were disbanded some time ago. I think the army's taken back the base. There's still a MOD presence there. we're so lucky the sort of wide variety of properties we see. Just being a lovely 2-bedroom, 150-year-old cottage. If you're out in the rural areas, there's no two properties the same really, they're all bespoke build. Again, we're in another really fertile area for crop growth. Past 3 or 4 golf courses since we left Lossiemouth. I don't golf, so I don't quite see the attraction, but lots of people do. Kinloss is about 3 or 4 miles from Forres. There's a complete aside, my dad was born in Forres, so when I was growing up with lots of aunts and uncles that used to go and visit in Forres. Findhorn. Findhorn's a lovely coastal village. Small pier, well, it's got two small piers. It's become quite well known for the Findhorn Foundation. Live music gigs there. As well as spiritual type activities. Findhorn's one of my most favourite places in the whole of Scotland, if not the world. I went to sail here, great fun as a kid down here. The biggest thing that's happened to me down here is where I met my wife. Special places. I'll just give you a drive down to just the pier, I think, really. Back to off to Garve this afternoon, which is on the Lochiemouth, Ullapool direction. So on our right here is the tail end of the runway. I think it's just used for small plane activity now, but that's where the Nimrods used to take off and land. See on the left there's a cycle path, large pavement. We don't have enough of them in the Highlands, I don't think. Great way to get about when the weather's fine. Entering the village of Findhorn now. Sailing, I learned to sail in a Wayfarer, a 14-footer, I think. Across the bay is Culbin Forest. There's a village there up until, to look it up, I might put it on the description below. I'm thinking the 1600s, and there was a massive storm and the village was covered in sand. It was left that way. Tides out to the heart. I remember there was a boy coming down in the mornings and there was salmon fishers going out in their rowing boat, casting their net and dragging the salmon in. Very popular place for visitors, tourists. We come here quite a lot ourselves just for a day out and walk on the beach. It's a cracking place to be. I'll just take you around the village and then get back. Just on the left here's the Royal Findhorn Yacht Club. Given the location and demand for here, property prices are well above average here. Right here, this little building with the green part of the roof, that used to be called the Bunty, famous chippy. Not chippy anymore. This is the old part of Findhorn. Store and post office. I often wonder what these places would be like 100 years ago before cars were on the go. Horse and cart probably. Before the developers came and developed. There you go, that's Lossiemouth to Findhorn. A route we do fairly regularly just to go and see our clients. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave comments at the bottom, let me know if you liked it, didn't like it, anything you'd like to see differently. Again, I'll try and put some points of interest. I'll get around to that later on today. Thanks for watching.